Welcome back, everyone. It is time for day numero dos of Team Chile trials here today, and it should be a lot of fun. We did yesterday. We already have some good ideas about how the team's shaping up currently, Billy. And we can take a look at how what our thoughts were going into the end of day one before we start us off on day number two. We've got our handy dandy little Canva tier list here on our screen. And for the moment, right, we're currently thinking Glitch got the tank rolled, and it's a toss up between Volition and Pun Pun for that flex DPS roll. Burt locking down that hit scan roll, LCS, and effects on the support line. Then we've got Dreams and Kesnet DS battling it out for a bench roll, as well as Lamont, Zybe, and Senses.
I still think Lamont, just based upon hero pool and based upon longevity and experience in the scene, I think that it would be a crime unless Volition and Pun Pun do something so outstanding today that makes my jaw drop. I think that you've got to have that veteran leadership in there, and I think Lamont brings that to this team.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. You could take all four of those DPS, and you could probably have a pretty good squad. I think it's going to come down to the tank and the DPS. The more I slept on it last night and I thought about it, was making go over my own notes and stuff. I'm like, okay, man, like, how are they going to do this? Because you're going to have a specialist tank. You have to have that rotational tank that can come in and play certain maps and specialize in certain tank heroes. But I think that between LCS and EFX, I think that we should be looking at the back line there, even though Zybe really did catch your and mine eyes yesterday, Senses to a lesser degree. But I think Zybe really has put a strong foot forward. If there's necessarily for a flex support, Zybe was giving those vibes all day long and twice. Well, tomorrow will be Sunday, so hopefully we'll see it twice tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we're still waiting to see. Like we're looking at Stark, right? Who was a name we were looking at, but I don't know if we got confirmation if they were playing under a different name or just they didn't come to the trials yesterday, so maybe they had something else to do. So maybe we see them today, maybe we don't. But other than that, I mean, the other thing, right, is we were talking about the necessity of having a good dominant player, but we did get some kind of news on that today that Domina might be already getting nerfed. Because again, people don't know how to play the game in gold, and that's where we have to keep their keep the player base. We got to keep the player base happy, and getting rid of nerfing Domina will probably help that, but it's unfortunate. We won't probably get to see. Well, besides like the OWCS qualifiers that are happening right now, we won't really see Domina most likely be prevalent, but that could definitely change if they if they don't actually nerf her.
We'll see if that actually goes down, but I mean, I think that Domina has to be kind of looking at what they're doing as far as what they bring to the tank role. We talked about it yesterday as well, how we were thinking that there's always a pre-big tournament patch update that just seems to always affect the tank. So we'll see how that goes down when we move a little bit forward. But as it stands right now, Joshua, I'm looking at how these two teams have been interacting. I've been looking at how they've been shooting in DKR. Deciding yesterday may not have been so good for them.
Yeah, I was talking to Hunter Tana after our broadcast yesterday, and he said he thought DKR had a lot more to show for for in these trials, and we'll see if that's going to be the case. Volition, though, picking up where they left off. Didn't have a great showing on Tracer, but already showing up a couple kills early on on this Ilio match.
This is good stuff. I mean, Volition yesterday was one of my standouts. I was absolutely impressed. They went from hit scan to flex to a little bit of a flanker assassin style as well. So, you know, as you're looking at that, just that kind of Swiss Army knife ability here from Volition is what this team from Chile is going to need. Because, you know, if you're looking if it's Burt or if it's going to be Lamont, I'm still leaning towards Burt heavily in that respect. You know, you're going to have that extra umph power to be able to swap off and, you know, really take it to these teams that are going to be showing multiple looks.
Yeah, again, already there's Pakovic on the Hazard. First real look at Hazard so far. Didn't get any play yesterday, I don't believe. It looks like Santiago are able to take some control here.
I mean, look, just the fact that we didn't see some of these heroes yesterday, I think that they've decided to open up Vantor's box. And kind of give some free reign. They had some set situations, we know that, from yesterday where they wanted to see certain comps going into this. Now I think they're kind of taking the shackles off and letting these players express themselves a little bit more. And I think that's what's required here, even though we are looking at double comps here. So this may be, once again, kind of one of these set situations. And Pun's getting big-time work on to Glitch, getting taken down by that assassin on the side.
Yeah, good opening there for Pun. Again, we're taking a look between those two, Volition and Pun, really showing their chops in that flex DPS role right now. And currently Pun getting the better of the two, it would seem. Is Pun 4-1 currently.
You love to see it. And I mean, here comes the downpour right there. It doesn't get a lot of joy out of it. Glitch is actually going to have to back up there, and he gets the pulse bombed and somehow stays alive because of the Kitsune rush.
Yes, Pun comes in yet again. LCS down, and that should be a win here coming through from Santiago's. Burt finds Census is out.
Excuse me? Census lands a kunai on the Pun though before all is said and done, so Santiago's still holding on to the point here. Census yesterday, I talked about it. We were kind of lackluster performance on Lijiang Tower, the very first map that we did yesterday. When they swapped over to the Kiriko, they showed a lot more ruthlessness and they showed a lot more control and lethality, and that's what we needed to see from them. So, man, Census is, once again, there's a reason why they're sitting on that bench right now, is because we're thinking that they might have a chance based upon the ability to kind of flex into that support role.
Definitely. Now Santiago up to 99%. A nice boop comes in, and Census takes Zybe out of the fight. No more speed boost available for Santiago now, and that should lock us up. Valparaiso is going to come through. DKR with two-piece coming in. Flipping the point over at 99% for Santiago.
I mean, it cost them. It cost them quite a bit, though. I mean, you got the downpour out. Volition had to pop the pulse bomb, which did help them secure the point. So now it's all a matter of building up ultimates here. Census is going to be the first one online, depending on what DKR does, because, I mean, with the crossbow, has been starting to find the range there. But LCS is quite a bit away off the sound barrier, and I think that's going to be something that they really need to be cognizant of. Zybe also swapping over to a Lucio of their own. So, Pun was, again, getting the work done.
Yeah, really good look, again, from Pun on this Tracer. Burt's going to make Volition fall into the well. Another piece comes through from Burt, and that is Santiago taking that first round.
I mean, good stuff. I mean, we're looking at the tanks, and Pakovic actually had a better showing for themselves here. The Hazard seems to be playing into what they more like to do, that kind of brawly, a little bit mobile tank. So we're looking now to see, what can he do here as we go to Lighthouse. Looks like we've got some changes coming in. I think that we might be seeing Pun and DKR kind of getting the dogfight in the sky. I don't know if they're going to swap compositions here, if they're going to keep it as is, if it's going to be the Freya versus the Echo here, because I do like the Echo pick here. There's so much architecture that you can hide behind and kind of float around and kind of reset your flight on that 6-second cooldown. So that's what we're looking at right now is, it's going to be flight versus the updraft, and see who can establish the aerial superiority that is required here on Lighthouse.
Yeah, and we'll also see, right, if Glitch can have a better showing on the Monkey than they did yesterday. Definitely got two-pieced by Ken on the Winston yesterday, and see if they can show that prevalence with the Monkey. I think these teams have shown a lot of good things on the dive. I want to see their prevalence on something other than that as well, especially the tank roll.
Well, let's talk about what we just saw from DKR. Absolutely lit up their opposite. And it looks like we are going to have double flyers here for both teams. I thought that we might be looking at a little something different here, but they decided to go ahead and kind of mirror all across the board here. So when you're looking at this composition right here, LCS is protection for Census, Surreal's protection for Zybe. Zybe yesterday had a very good showing on Honest. So this is where we're talking about, once again, that flex roll. This is where I think Team Chile really has to kind of get their act together and really show us that they have the prodigy that they need there. And oh my God, what nice shots.
Good shots indeed from DKR, but it's Burt filling the kill feed yet again for Santiago. One of the signature heroes of Burt is this Freya, and is showing up already. Now they need to be able to flip the point over, up to 38% already for Valparaiso, and there is the flip at 40 for Santiago, as Pakovic looking to make some space here with that Winston.
They really do need to, and I mean, they're getting the pressure onto DKR, so I think that's the first thing that they need to do right now. Pakovic has really been playing a little bit more hyper-aggressive here as they start to really take control of the high ground, because they were just allowing Burt to have, they were just allowing DKR to have a shooting gallery. Burt has started to find the range, like I say all the time. Burt is one of the best Freyas in the southern continents, and I have always been impressed with them. Just an absolute gem of a player. And there you go, once again, Pun and Burt picking up for a two-piece. Burt with another one, taking LCS out. They're going to match the progress made by Santiago here, or by Valparaiso here. And, well, they're going to have ultimates coming online.
Yeah, this Pun and Burt duo looking really really good together so far here, Billy. That's something that we might see in these the Conference Cup, in those online qualifiers going forward here, as the Nano Boost now coming online. Surreal is going to get nanoed up by Zybe, as there's a nice dive in from Glitch onto the back line. Zybe is down, but Burt is still alive and kicking. Finding the pick onto Volition is going to be huge. And now we'll have to see here if they're going to be able to keep going forward, as Pun using their copy. Going to be able to get up to the Primal Rage, but for only a second there. Is now going forward. LCS getting some work done with this rally in the back line, but Pun continuing to look great in the skies on this Echo. Another copy coming in here now from Volition, getting into the front line. Going to get swept up, though, and going to get taken out of that ultimate early on rally in from Surreal. Volition gonna find that pick on the Burts. That's gonna be an opening that Valparaiso desperately need to work on, as they're gonna lose their main tank, but still looks like Santiago have the upper hand, with Pun in the sky with that focusing beam, and that is going to be, well, round number 2 of Ilios.
What a performance. Not only from Pun and Burt, right? But Surreal going raid boss. Actually, a fantastic usage of the nano there, coming out of Zybe. And then Pakovic actually asserting main tank energy and showing that they can hold up with one of the most experienced tanks that we have there here. Man, good stuff coming from him. I was impressed. The Hazard looked good, very serviceable on that. And then they swap over to the Monkey, and, we saw him get diffed out yesterday, and then it just, it's like a flip has been switched. And there we go. I mean, you have the right backup behind you. You got the right back line. You got the right DPS. This is something we were talking about yesterday, Joshua, is how we saw when certain pieces came into compositions,
Mhm.
uh, we really saw certain players start to pop off. I think this is a case where maybe Pakovic really did lean into what Zybe was bringing in there. Yeah, give him
Yeah.
up, give him the up there. Because man, Surreal really held the low ground and using those biscuits, the repair packs, to great use. And well, Bert is showing us the Widowmaker here. I think they're done playing.
Yeah, as well, I think, Pun Pun is, if they show a good Vendetta here, because I really rated Volition's Vendetta, yesterday. If Pun Pun can show a good, showing, and they are already starting to, taking Volition out, I think they get my edge in that flex DPS role, because they look so clean on that Echo as well.
Really did. And I mean, if Pun Pun can show that they have that the wombo combo moving in and being able to get themselves out of sticky situation and still give a lot of pressure to the backline, I think we look good at that. Pakovic, though, taking care of the enemy Widowmaker, DKR going down in a heap. And now we'll see what Volition gets done. Well, we know Volition has a good Vendetta, so we'll see how this continues to move on.
Yeah, right. And that's really where we started rating them yesterday with that Vendetta gameplay. Like I said, though, we need to see it from Pun Pun, because I feel like other than really that Vendetta, has been Pun Pun kind of being that better overall flex DPS player for during these trials so far. But we'll see if that can continue, as Volition is going to get caught out. They are going to finally go down. A nice opening there from Pakovic. Now they're going to rotate in. Captive Sun coming in from Senses in the back line. Going to drop it right on the head of Surreal. It's going to help reset this. Ooh, nice shot coming in.
Excuse me?
Yeah, right? Another shot comes through. DKR felled out. Self-destruct going to come in from Glitch to get back into Mech. Not going to find anything, as they're going to get the D-Mech kill on the Pun Pun, but Bert still alive and well, finding shot after shot here. And that is going to be huge for Santiago, continuing to hold on. Glitch is going to get D-Mech'd, and Pakovic going to be there to follow up on the kills. And that is going to swap it back over to the red team.
I mean, not before 54% has been garnered here. Pun Pun coming up close on the Sundering Blade. So, I mean, that's going to have to be something we watch out here for this next fight. Plus, you're going to have Pakovic that was really mindful in using the self-destruct. They knew that the fight was lost. So they went ahead and just said, you know, I'm going to go ahead and hold this in. And now they have it for a reback opportunity. And they'll be able to kind of hold in there. Kind of a weird Sundering Blade there from Volition, so we'll see if Pun Pun can get anything different out of it.
It looks like a good Captive Sun from Zybe, but I don't see any explosions coming through, though, as Pun Pun is going to get into the back line here. Nice try to come through with a slam on the head. Not going to be able to do that, and still waiting it out. Didn't get any value with that Sundering Blade either, as it looks like Santiago are setting up here. Self-destruct available for Pakovic.
I mean, yeah, good ultimate discipline. We saw that yesterday as well with Pakovic. Even despite some of the diffs that we saw out there, we did see good trigger discipline when it came out there. DKR finally gets the better of Bert. So now what are we going to do here? I mean, you've lost your Widowmaker, but you've also lost your Vendetta as well.
And your healing pylon is gone as well. Pun Pun very low. Gonna fall down. LCS makes that trade coming through with a kunai onto the dome of the Vendetta. But Bert back from spawn takes down DKR. The D kill onto Zybe, but Bert still alive and well. And there comes out the Captive Sun. Glitch finding Surreal out. Still trying to hold on. Senses looking for a shot, but they're going to get taken down. Holding it too long. Pakovic finding the kill. The D-Mech comes through on to them. There's still an opportunity for Valparaiso to hold on to this, but Pun Pun could find an opening that they desperately need. Over the top comes the self-destruct, but nothing coming in. There's Pun Pun looking to get the kill. Almost found Glitch out of the mech, but you're still fighting a tank, so you're still gonna fall down. Now it comes through. Glitch is gonna get demeched out of this fight, and now we're gonna see as the sights come online. Still anyone's game, but it looks like it's finally done with a kunai to the dome of the baby diva. Santiago, take the map.
What a good map there for Team Santiago. I really want to give some big ups there. Zybe, Bird, of course, we know is going to show up and show out. But Pun Pun really did have a pretty good standout performance here, playing a plethora of heroes here. I love the Echo. I absolutely adore the Echo of Pun Pun. That's fantastic stuff. And the Vendetta was pretty good as well, taking on a tank and having that wombo combo, the mobility in with the circle slash going through, and then knowing when to get out. I think that you basically said, trade your life for the damage, and that's why you saw a Glitch get demexed so quickly, is because you basically run the double wombo combo onto Glitch, and they have it done, and you're sitting there with a sliver of health. You saw Bert take the healing pylon down too, so there wasn't that available to kind of have the sustain that they needed. And I mean, smart play behind Pakovic, getting up in the face of what we call the veteran tank of Chile in Glitch, really held their own here. So massive strides here for Pakovic today.
Yeah.
We'll see how it moves on down the road.
Again, I want to see, because they looked good on that tank roll. Pakovic really opened her eyes on this first map today. But again, we need to be able to see the ability to play either some brawl or a poke tank as well, right? I mean, we saw the dive tanks come out with the hazard. We saw the Winston look good. We saw the Diva look good. Now we need to see, a Zarya, a Sigma, a Domina be able to be played as well at this type of level. And then this is where we maybe see the change of, maybe we're not going to go with the veteran presence. Maybe we go with Pakovic here because they have that diverse hero pool that the tank desperately needs, especially if you want to take a person like Zybe or Senses is a third support option.
We got Senju in the chat as well. Bomjia. And I will tell you what, he makes a good point there. Zybe was quite daring with Iliadi. So was Senses. Senses yesterday had that massive, 4K at second point at Circuit Royale. So we're kind of getting echoes of that today from Zybe, who did not play the Iliadi yesterday that I remember. I think they may have gone against, or they were on the same team as Senses when they were playing the Iliadi. So good to see from both of them. I think Iliadi is going to be a very important support hero. With the meta the way it is right now, you can throw up your barrier with the Domina, have that healing pylon just out of LOS from any damage coming in. And it's just a complete source of sustain for that tank. So being able to show that, being able to hit your captive sun too, and being able to get the collateral damage after that, I think that's something that we got to kind of put in the back of our minds right now. We you and I both have said LCS EFX, probably the back line, right? But there's so much more to be seen, and I think that we need to look maybe. I can't believe I'm saying this. Maybe looking at carrying a sub for the Chile side, and having that flexibility that you just are going to need when we get into those online qualifiers this summer, Joshua.
Yeah, that's why I'm also kind of leaning towards that the third support instead of the second tank, and that's why I said we need to see the brawl and the brawl and the poke could come out from one of these tanks that have been showing up, and then. Or in Dream's case, right, they looked really good on the Domina. They looked decent on the Zarya. They need to look a little bit better on those dive tanks, right? And so I think seeing a tank come together fully is going and show a hero pool that the Chile team is fine with is going to be a huge deal for this Chile roster, right? Because you definitely want to take the 3 DPS, and right now it seems like with the way these supports are playing, you want to take a third support as well. So now it's coming down to who's the most flexible tank that Chile has at their disposal right now.
So have we already decided that we are going to take a second deep or a third DPS? Have you and I between us agree that they have to do that?
I think so.
Hmm.
I just think because if you're gonna take Bert, right? Obviously you're gonna take Bert, but then we haven't seen. We saw them look good on Sojourn, Freya, and the Widowmaker, right? Other than that, we haven't really seen them play Ashe, which I really like. I really rate on some long range maps just because of the dynamite, right? Especially something like a Watchpoint Gibraltar, where there is a lot of tight areas that you can do a lot of work with that dynamite in general. We haven't seen that in their hero pool yet. The Cassidy, if you need to have a stun option, right? Something like that. We haven't seen that, and that's where I think Lamont comes in for a substitution option for this Chile roster.
I mean, good points. Also, Senju says that he thinks that Surreal is Argentinian, so would not be actually able to play for the Chile team. But I mean, thanks for helping out, Surreal. Big ups to you for that. Man, yeah. I'm thinking, we haven't even. I mean, we've seen a little bit of May, but I mean, May is going to factor, I think, heavily moving forward, just to kind of tank a little bit more and be able to, kind of take a little bit of the pressure off the heels, locking down spaces. So, from what I've seen, all the competition that we've been looking at, and there's been a lot of them. The flexibility and the flex DPS role, like they have Lamont and Burt listed as the hit scans. So I think between Volition, Pun, and whoever else is going to show up today to really show out, I think that person is going to have to be flexible. They're going to have the Genji and the Tracer.
Yeah.
And I think that if we do end up taking Burt, he's going to have the Cassidy.
Yeah.
He's going to have the Cassidy moving forward.
I think I'd have to agree with you. And Nero Shen is a new person that we did not see yesterday, unless again they are playing on a different account. But and we're gonna get an actual look at Proxper this time. And then Miz is gonna bring out the Domina here as Nero Shen is already gonna start off, and Lamont is gonna go down early on. Nice play coming in. Look to keep things going their way as Proxper finds Miz out off the side of the map by with a thruster.
So we're getting what we think is going to be the starting backline though for Santiago in EFX and LSCS. But now, I mean, like Drago Black, I don't remember them from yesterday except for like one map. Didn't really have a lot of standout. So like Narushin. That's an immediate impact. Like their first map that we've seen from them, and they're already contributing to it, and they're 62% towards copy already, Joshua.
Right, and that's a huge play. As now Lamont is going to come in here, and it looks like, yeah, Drago Black's also a new name that I don't have on our handy-dandy little tier list here now, as Miz has made the swap over to the Diva to mirror Proxper.
Okay, so here's the deal, though, right? So, like, Santiago now in Narushin is going to have the copy available, and if you've got that perk, what was it, initial scan, you're going to be 50% towards the self-destruct. You could theoretically get 2 self-destruct copy ultimates here with the aim that we've seen from Narushin so far. That might not be such a tall order, and that could actually really turn fights in their favor.
And here's another look, right, going in. I mean, Narushan's just looked so good on this Echo. My goodness gracious. That focusing beam was perfection. What I was going to say is something to look at is, right, Nika, support and DPS player so far throughout this. Looked really good on the Sojourn, now on to the Wu Yang here. Again, an option if you really want to bring that second tank and have Nika as a super sub that can play both support and DPS.
You know, my mind starts to think, is that Stark? Because we haven't gotten confirmation whether it is or is not. And I mean, playing the Ana right now is Narushan in the copy form and got a lot of value out of it.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff indeed. Dragoblack is gonna fall here though. As see right now if they're going to be able to keep going. T-Mac comes in onto Proxper. Mino-kun looking for some more here. They're going to get the ultimate on the board from Nika there as well. Proxper's going to fall out. LCS though with the backspec takes down Lamont. LCS is going to fall, but yeah, Santiago are going to have to retreat.
I mean, that's a good turn there, especially with that Wu Yang ult coming in. I mean, really protected Mino-kun for as long as they could. I think Mino-kun got a little bit too much of the apple. Put the cart before the horse and was kind of got diffed out there, but still. I mean, I'm looking right now for Census. I want to see what Census can do here. You know, maybe getting these antis in. You got to avoid this DM so much of these divas going in there. That's why I think it's kind of a wonky pick, but you know, stranger things have happened, and there goes Census down to the heat.
Stranger Things Season 5, perhaps? Dragoblack with 3. Nice opening. You know, Billy, I've never actually watched an episode of Stranger Things ever.
But why? It's so good.
I don't know. I literally watched Game of Thrones for the first time like 2 years ago.
I don't know what to say right now, Joshua, other than, I mean, I'd like to see when we're going to use these self-destructs. I mean, I know it's a good remake opportunity, but we'll see. We talked about bringing a Cassidy. Well, there's the Cassidy, and Narushan just says, screw you. Screw you, Cass. You're out of here. And they're going to go ahead and continue on with their forward progress. There's going to be 4 ultimates online in this next fight, Joshua. I don't see much from Valparaiso here. I mean, we're going to have the self-destruct. Mino-kun, if they can get something done with a tracer on the side, I think that's their best option to be able to get themselves back in this fight.
You guys, Miz is going to come back. They're trying to take LCS out, but the peel is there, and they're going to be able to stay alive. Narushan is going to get low, but is going to find that copy available. Now you're going to go right in on him with the Kitsune Rush from EFX. Going to get demech though, so it's not really going to matter. We're going to get the remech almost immediately here. Maybe able to buy themselves some time to get a self-destruct available, and they are going to drop one down as Miz onto the top of Dragoblack, taking them down as Narushan is going to find an opening, but it's still not going to be enough. As finally Valparaiso are going to be able to come through with a take back.
I mean, you get the Diva copy, you have self-destruct available, you kind of fly it around trying to mitigate damage rather than, you know, forcing repositioning, which is what the self-destruct really can do for you. And then Lamont just opens up and the Skies have said, you know what, we're good. We're going to go ahead and win this fight. And then, you know, we look at Miz. Miz yesterday had a mid performance, you know, pretty good play at points. And now they're starting to find their stride here once again. Deadeye comes out, Lamont gets 2.
And this is why I say they need to take Lamont. He has that opportunity to take over games just like Burt, but on different heroes than Burt. As Census is going to come alive, get a kill onto EFX as well, as Valparaiso are going to find another fight win.
This is where I'm okay. So I think that we've decided, and I think that our choice, I think our thinking is the right way here. Is that you've got one class of hit scans. I'm trying to think of the sub roles now. You've got the sharpshooters, and I think that's going to be Burt. And then I think you've got the engagers. What was that? Amino could pulse bomb the wall.
It's not a good look.
Unfortunately. Not a good look, especially when they swapped the spectate over them. God, it's just getting so much work done right now with this Cassidy. This is starting to turn into a little bit of a steamroll, Joshua, as they have stuff to do, and Narusha's out of game before they can get the copy off.
Yeah, and then again, like I was saying as well, Nika has been showing really good Wu Yang here, as well as that Sojourn from yesterday is something to keep an eye on for flexibility purposes for this Chile roster.
I think they're going to pass it here. I think they're going to get there. Oh my God, and we're tied. We're like 0.3 meters apart. And Lamont and well, you see Drago Black going over to the Cassidy of their own. Did not get the work, but it got a lot of damage in there. Miz is getting some serious work done here. The copy is forced out from Narushin into a Kitsune Rush.
Yeah, ZFX going to drop the Kitsune Rush, try to hold on to that. Self-destruct comes in from Miz to try to reset the point, and hopefully get back into this. Lamont going to be able to, oh my goodness, no, how do you survive 3 HP?
3 health?
3 HP in a dream from Lamont, and another kill comes through, and they're on a they're just on a level on this Cassidy. Goodness gracious.
I am so bloody impressed with what I just saw from Lamont there. Yeah, I think we're gonna have 2 hit scans and a flex DPS as far as what this Team Chile roster is gonna have to be. And Nika is making a name for themselves here with this Wuyong, getting a lot of work done.
Unfortunately, just say that and Nika does fall. But
I know, immediate caster curse.
It's the caster curse.
It's my fault.
But in response, Santiago now are getting back into control of the bot. Prox were finally getting some wind in their sail, able to take Mino-kun out.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen much come out from Darusha's from the early onslaught. I mean, they've kind of been, you know, that hard to hit, wonky player that nobody wants to play against. So I mean, we'll see if they can continue to be that. They got within what 30.32 meters, so it's going to take at least 2 fights for them to get back to where they were at, and try to regain that lead. And then we're under 30 seconds here, so the push starts now. They're going to have to go all gas, no brakes.
Yeah, they've got to figure it out if they want to finish it off. 0.3 meters for Valparaiso if they want to take this, and that's definitely going to come down to this final fight. Lamont needs to stay alive, and EFX comes in clutch with a kunai to the dome, takes him out of the fight, and that should just be about it here, Billy, with everything going the way of Santiago, the last fight, and they're going to take that map as well.
Entertaining stuff, though, and kind of some revelations here from what we've been looking for. We're starting to see people maybe being able to express themselves with their signature heroes. Nika really did have a good Wuyong, gotta say. But EFX, this is where he took down Lamont there at the very end. Lamont had the Deadeye ready and available, and then just takes care of everybody around him. EFX is just so damn good.
Really good. I mean, and I definitely we have to think, right? And that's why I was so adamant that they're going to take both Burt and Lamont, because they both have that star capability for this Chile roster. And they play different. They obviously some of their heroes overlap, right? The Sojourn, the Freya, but then we get in with the Ashe and the Cassidy for Lamont, and then Burt looks just so clean on that Widowmaker as well. I think that it's so hard to say no to both of them.
Well, I mean, one of them's gonna have to you're gonna have to take 3 DPS at this point, because they both have different skill sets as far as the hit scan rule comprises. And you're going to have some flexibility. You're going to have the Tracer. You're going to have the Genji. You're going to have possibly a Venture, or the vendetta.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think that Volition and Pun Pun, for me so far, has shown a lot of promise. But you look at what just happened with Narushin. I mean, only played the Echo, but played it to a very high degree of efficacy. So, man, that's what I'm looking at right now. Is how are they going to where are they going to make that break, and where are they going to decide, okay, we've got this and this with these players, this is what we need to pick up, this person gives us the best chance. I think that's going to be the conundrum here for this Team Chile committee, is how do they kind of weigh out what they've got going on and what they need.
Yeah, definitely. And I've now made an extra tier and gotten rid of the two that we haven't seen and just put them down there. So we might need to see more, and then we'll move so we can make some more space for things, right? Because we haven't seen enough of some of these people to really make a good or a good guess of, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's yeah, I mean, just the Echo alone, I'm keeping Neroshin there, to be completely honest. And then I think that's good, right? I think that looks good. And that looks good to me.
Yeah, I'm just studying what you've got down there. I think. Zybe is making some good moves for me, putting in some damn good performances. Senses, though, also quite lethal. Like I said, once they swapped to that Kiriko, they came alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were put onto something yesterday. I don't remember what it was that they were put on, but they ended up swapping over to the Kiriko and immediately had an impact. And we see it there again. I mean, fending off of a Cassidy, probably 20, 25 meters away, and just dotting the eye right behind a car. That's not easy to do.
Nope.
So we'll see moving forward how they're going to put this together.
I almost want to make that change after seeing that first map between Pun Pun and Volition as well.
Mm-hmm.
I just think just because of the overall hero pool that we're seeing from Pun Pun, and now this is an interesting one. This is an interesting Valparaiso roster here. Billy, this could this could really be a starting lineup that we see from their team going forward. I mean, that's a lot of the players that we saw. We're thinking to have the inside track to the lineup right now. A Pun Pun, Burt, LCS, and Zybe, and then Dark, who looked really good on the Zarya yesterday as well. We'll see if we can see some more from them, and see something to maybe bring them up onto the cusp, maybe even the bench tier of our list, right? But that foursome that we're seeing from the Valparaiso is something to keep an eye on for the end of these Chile trials.
I mean, if we're going to be looking through our critical eye now, and that's kind of what I'm going to be honing in on as far as my analysis, rather than watching the overall gameplay, I'm going to be watching to see positioning. I'm going to be looking to see cooldown usage, ultimate expression. Like I said, we talked about people needing to be able to flex. We'll look at Pun Pun, bringing out the Mei, going up against Kinos, who we have not seen, and Kinos taking down Dark right away. Bye Domina.
Yeah, that's a big opening there, and I mean, and then the Lamont comes in with a pick onto Zybe, right, as well. And this is where we saw Dreams set themselves apart yesterday with this domino roll. But I mean, goodness gracious, Bert. Such a clean Sojourn player, right? We'll see how this works. I feel like this is our first real look at a Baptiste, too, throughout. This is a nice wall coming in from Kinos, but they're going to get booped into the well there as Dreams falling down, and that should be a an opportunity for, yeah, as Bert just kills too, and that it should be Valparaiso taking this next point.
Yeah, but I mean, Kinos, good open. God dang. Bert is just so clean. Bert is just so clean. Already has the overclock ready to go here. Kinos, though, showing some really good May tech, understanding where the wall needs to come up, when to go into the ice block, being able to taxi their team up to the high ground as well using their wall. This is good stuff from them. Dreams is starting to come online as well for Santiago. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see what else can they bring as far as the tank pool. They're walking into a window. What a wall.
What a good wall indeed, but Lamont still able to find LCS out. Nice kill coming in with that crystal from Darky. But still might not be enough as Lamont is going to find that kill yet again. And still trades keep coming through, and LCS finding Dreams out, and it looks like Valparaiso are going to be able to keep this hold going.
No, I think this is great work for them. LCS is way too wily to get caught by your simpleton wall there, peasant. So, I mean, you've got the Blizzard Online here. What are you going to play with it? Are you going to go solo with it? Try to lock the members of Santiago down and see what you can get out of it as they make some trades there. Healer for healer. You lose the lamp, though. So that's more of an effective pick there coming in from Bert onto Surreal.
Now we're going to go into this. Dark is all alone. Lamont finds a shot. There's the Blizzard coming in from Pun right onto the roster. Nice wall comes out, but they're going to get caught out. Surreal going to be able to jump over it, take them down, but a nice boop comes in. Lamont swimming with the fishes thanks to LCS. And it looks like, well, I mean, Santiago did make a swap and take that point back. EFX is going to take LCS out, and it looks like Santiago keep their hold going.
I mean, kind of an expensive fight there for both sides. I mean, you put Blizzard and Sound Barrier in from Valparaiso. You go overclock into the Sound Barrier from Santiago, and you know what? I mean, the sustain there was a little bit better. And now for Kinos, this is, you know, kind of what the call was made. Now you have the Blizzard and nothing really to protect you other than a lamp.
Now they're going to come online. Kinos up onto the high ground, has the Sound Barrier Blizzard available into this fight, and it's a nice one. It's going to lock up Dark on the point, and they're going to fall down. Dreams finds the pick, but you're still dealing with Bert in the back line with the Sojourn finding 3. Pun going to assert their dominance over their May counterpart as well, and it will be Valparaiso taking first round of Oasis here.
I mean, if I'm looking damage-wise, it looks like Kinos has actually had the better of the damage between the Mays. But Pun has had the bigger strategic impacts. Coming in with walls, being able to block off the support, healing coming in for Dreams. So, once again, you know, we talk about, you know, especially in the metal ranks that we talk about all the time where most of the community lives. Oh, I have the most damage. Yeah, but what was your impact on the game? And I think that's what Pun brings, is some serious game sense and knowing when to let loose with a wall, when to clog up a choke with your ice block. We saw that time and time again. That's why they win by about 40 percentage points. So swaps coming here now. Looks like we're going to have the Wu Yang out once again. This is going to be a hazard-based comp. We'll have the Vendetta and the Tracer here. And we'll get to see the first time. I think for the first time, we get to see EFX on the Kiriko. I don't remember seeing him play it yesterday.
Billy, they just played it on last map.
Who? EFX?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they were playing something else. Well, this is what happens when you get 48 years old, ladies and gentlemen. You start to lose your mind. And, well, that's what happens to me. The memory is the first thing to go, is what they always say. But for the most part, I remember everything for the most part.
I'm most interested to see Bert's Tracer here. I think is a big sign as well going forward, especially if it is a good one. Lamont, though, is going to be the one to start it off, and another pick comes in. And that's another reason maybe why you bring Lamont to this. Tracer's looking good so far. They did fall to LCS, but still, nonetheless, Santiago are going to be able to take first capture.
I want to know how Keto survived on like 10 health through that wombo combo. I'm very, very interested to know how they managed to tech and have the block up ready for that, because they were dead to rights. So good understanding of their hero's abilities. There is Kinos. Kinos might be, once again, people are showing up and might be showing their wares here. Big from Dark, though. Taking down Kinos, that's going to be a lot of damage off the table.
Yeah, definitely. Is Pun going to tilt into the back line, take EFX down as well. Things are looking good for this Valkyrie. So Roster Dreams finds a kill, but so does Dark, but Dreams the one to fall down. Bert finally coming alive here, it seems, on this Tracer roll. And it looks like they're going to help seal it with a Valkyrie. So, Cap.
I mean, Lot gets the pulse bomb first, but we didn't see really any impact of it. So I think right here for us, based upon what we saw, Pun's pulse bomb shenanigans there on new Queen Street. Let's see what Bert gets done here with the attach with the pulse bomb.
We shall see. We shall see how Bert does with it indeed. As Kinos comes in, takes LCS down. Another pick, though, comes in. Surreal falling, and a nice combo coming through from that DPS lineup. Bert is going to get a trade, but is it going to be enough? It does seem to be, but Bert's still alive and well. They threw that pulse bomb in, didn't find a kill with it, but still, nonetheless, the Valparaiso have some options to come back into this as they're going to look to hold.
All right, so I mean, you saw Lamont get the kill on Bert with Punch, finishing off a machine pistol kind of spray. Well, Bert does it with a headshot. So he didn't have to right click or whatever he has it down to. But, I mean, Pun, once again, showing some good stuff here on the Vendetta.
It definitely is going to keep going forward. Dreams is going to find Bert out of this fight. Surreal going to finally fall. Zai with a nice shot coming in. Looks like Santiago have the upper hand currently, though, as Dark still trying to keep it going, and they're definitely showing some good looks here on this Hazard so far, but they're going to get stuck up, going to fall down. Finally, Kinos takes him out of this fight, and it's going to build up to 85% for Valparaiso before, well, maybe even more now, because they haven't been able to get it out. Sundering Blade in from Pun as well. Kinos going to try to turn the tide of this. Drops it well down. Pun falls. Picks keep coming through. It's up to 99% for Valparaiso on this point as EFX going to take down Bert. And it looks like Santiago should finally be able to take control at this point.
I mean, Bert will have pulse bomb when they come back in. And I mean, I think they just wanted to get to 99 there. Then, you know, the attrition will obviously come through here. But, I mean, looking what we saw from LCS and Zybe there, great Kitsune rush that came out from Zybe to kind of hold everybody together through the Sunring Blade that came out from Kinos. So, I mean, they're doing the right kind of order of operations here. Mm-hmm. Now it's going to be up to Bert. Bert's going to have to flip this around to see if they can take control here in Garden, and if they're going to be able to win this out 2-0. Of course, we'll go to the last map because we always play through these. But this is really good stuff that we're seeing from both teams.
Definitely is. Kinos and Lamont are going to come in clutch. Pun is going to find a shot, though. Take down Surreal early on, and another kill comes through to make it with a slash, and a nice pulse bomb comes in. Takes Pun out with a stick from Lamont. Going to be able to juke jive around the downpour, but they're still going to fall nonetheless. It is, however, the last fight territory for both of these two teams. 99% all around. Dealer's choice who comes out on top. But it looks like Dark on the hazard. Going to be all she needs with some help from the rest of their team. But it looks like it's all but over here with some last final bits and bobs coming around. They're going to get a last second touch, but all the kills coming through for Valparaiso in the end.
I mean, good stuff from both sides. I think Lamont versus Bird is entertainment. This is pure cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like, yeah, they are calling in the compositions there in the game chat. So yeah, they're calling for what they want in here. And we're going to see what Pun Pun and Bert decide to do here. Looks like we're going to get the Freya battle between the two veteran DPSs. We know EFX has a damn good Lucio as well. So this is going to be, for us, I mean, we know Zybe. Zybe has a great Kiriko.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Dreams that we saw on the Domini yesterday?
Yes.
That we were so darn impressed with? Okay, let's see what the Diva looks like, because the Hazard was very serviceable as well.
I really like Darks, though, as well, too. I think that's going to bring them up here in my little rankings here, just because they looked so good on the Zarya as well. And we haven't seen that full package come in from a tank player quite just yet. But Dark looking good on a Tracer, and then a dive-ish tank in Hazard, right? We'll see how they look on this Diva, which we've said is going to be important, too.
I mean, and the reason why the Diva is so important is the DM, is the mobility, is the ability to basically turn a 5v5 into a 6v5. That's Bert getting kills right out the bat. Both Lucios are gone. Pun Pun's going to get something done on the Tracer, so that's their time to shine on the British hero. And that should be point A, or that should be the point being locked over. Good stuff from Dark, though. Mm-hmm. Okay. Dark is looking pretty good, my friend. We were talking about it. Flexibility. We know they got a good Zarya. Now that we're seeing they have a good Diva as well.
Huge, especially if Vendetta continues to be meta, right, Billy? You love that combination with the Vendetta, with the Zarya bubbles going in. We'll see if that continues to go for them. But right now, and I mean, goodness, the Pun Pun Tracer is so such a fun thing to watch as well, and we're going to see them continue with their option. Already has the pulse spawn up 40% faster than Kinos.
I mean, this is just some serious diffage. Mm-hmm. And Zybe, once again, we see it time and time again. Zybe is not afraid to go to right click. We've seen that a lot. They are vibing with LCS right now. They are just feeling no pain. They're just kind of taxing each other around the place. Zybe keeping the swift step only when necessary to reposition out of kind of danger coming in from Kinos. Pun Pun is going to be where I see, what kind of a pulse bomb do they get off here? Because they've done pretty much everything else the right way.
Yes, now Bert is going to find Lamont out, and EFX finding trade. So, Bert. It's kind of rude. That's a rude statement. As Dark's going to be able to take down Dreams as well. In the meanwhile, this might be the most one-sided point we see today.
And I think it's because of Bert and Pun Pun together. Mm-hmm. And then, the frontline presence of Dark just holding and mitigating so much damage. I think we've seen them, DMAC like once here on this sub-map.
And they're looking really good so far here, and they're going to keep going in on this. It's a self-destruct in from Dreams, trying to make some waves happen, but it's just not looking too good for Santiago on this sub-map. Is everything coming up blue? Valparaiso with a 3-0 on Oasis.
Man, that's a good-looking comp there.
Mm-hmm. I'm
not going to lie. Pun Pun and Bert together looking quite good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm digging I'm digging the Zybe LCS backline as well. Playing the hyper mobile supports really couldn't find much to land on them when they were running that composition. So Bert and company looking pretty good here. This once again throws that wrench into that DPS role. Volition, we didn't see them here. So, man, Zybe was vibing like a mofo, and I was here for it.
I definitely agree with you there, and I think I'm going to move Dark YT up to that bench role currently. But I mean, goodness, they showed us the D.Va, they've showed us the Zarya. We didn't see much from the Domina, but that Hazard as well looking really clean, and I think so far, right? Obviously Pakovic as well looked really flexible on that first map that we saw them too. So I feel like these two right down here have been our most, flexible tanks we've seen throughout the trials so far. So I think I'd think that's definitely something to look for, especially if they continue to show in this day. I think we might get a new tank in that starters role.
I mean, for right now, I think that somebody's got to come up like just punch glitch in the mouth like we saw there on our first map. So, I mean, if I'm thinking about this critically, I mean, Pakovic could be that person. Dreams did not look good on the D.Va though.
No.
Gotta say, did not look good on the D.Va at all. Had a decent Hazard and Domina, but yeah, I was not impressed with the D.Va. D.Va's good, like I said, D.Va is meta and probably will continue to be meta, especially with the sub role passive that just came through. Even more reason to have a good D.Va in your mix. So we'll see. We'll see how this rolls through.
All right. I'm gonna head to the bathroom and let my cat out of the room. We'll be right back. Hopefully before the next map starts. All right, we're back and ready. Well, not for the next map, but ready to continue talking to you fine people. Yeah, goodness, yeah. Dreams had that really good showing yesterday, but like you said, didn't have the best overall last map, so we had to move him down a little bit. We're gonna see Dreams yet again here, though, for this map. As well as Miz coming in for the tank role. So that's something to look at. Goodness, I wish we got to see more of Dark or Pakovic though.
Well, I mean, it all is going to depend on what our lineups look like for the next map. Because I think they're starting to kind of zero in on certain players. And that's what I think we're going to find out where the rubber meets the road, and I think they're going to start really honing in on basically the 10 best players that they have.
Mhm.
Um, and say thank you for joining our tryouts, but we're going to go ahead and move forward with these 10 people, and then whittle it down to the 7 from there.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll see probably mainly tomorrow. With maybe towards the end of like the last map or two today, but definitely tomorrow we're gonna see a little bit less of players that haven't really been, you know, as prevalent throughout the these trials so far. As we're gonna get our first look at a hybrid map. I don't think we saw hybrid at all yesterday, and this is a good look to see if Dreams Domina and Mrs. Zarya this time.
Interested to see how Zarya plays against the Domina. Bubble management here for Miz is going to be so very important. You've got Nika back into the DPS role now here. So EFX, Nika, Volition, and Miz. So this is a decent back and front line for Santiago.
Oh,
we'll see how this
oh
rolls. My God.
The Vendetta is just so clean from Volition. I just wish they had more standout performances on everything else that we have. I mean, seen in comparison to Pun Pun, right? Because goodness, the Vendetta can take over games when Volition's playing them. So we're already going to see a capture come in from Santiago early on in this first wave. But Dreams comes back, takes down Miz, and we're probably going to see a hold come in from Valparaiso.
I mean, there's no reason why Miz should have been clocked out there. The heals just did not come through. Lamont is going to clean up that mess over there in the corner, but I mean, Miz had a pretty good charge. Barrier did come up late from Dreams, and I think that saves them in the long run. But I mean, Panopticon is going to be online here for Dreams, so I mean, we've been talking about it. The Domino looks so good, especially against this Zarya. I don't know, my friend.
Yeah, good stuff with Santiago coming in swinging. Dreams is gonna find a Panoptica kill onto LCS, but Volition just continuing to dominate on the Vendetta like they have all trials long as Santiago take this first point.
That is some pretty damn good play out of Volition. Has a Sunring Blade available to them. That's going to be into a grab. So, I mean, LCS and EFX are not afraid to press the Q button, especially if they think they have some kind of advantage they can get out of it. They're going to take it, and I think that's what we just saw right there is they were willing to invest those ultimates in to kind of get themselves into a winning position because they knew that options were coming online. Kino, by the way, is playing the Reaper of all players, or of all heroes right now. I did not have Reaper on my card here in 2026.
You don't like the Reaper guy? He comes in from the side.
No, I do like the Reaper guy.
With his 2 shotguns.
Do I need to say it? Check him, PC.
Yeah, definitely not something I was expecting to see. But goodness, can you get some good value, especially if you could stay alive. The Death Blossom comes in, takes down Volition with the overclock as well. And it looks like Valparaiso are going to be finally able to make some, probably maybe not because there's still some supports. And Miz there as well, so they're going to pressure them out, and Surreal falling down there late. Another kill comes in. Miz with another. Make it 3 for the Zarya in red.
I don't even understand how that happens other than just pure tenacity. And they're going to have a healthy time bank for just a little over 4 minutes. And they forced Dreams into playing a counter Zarya here. So, I mean, to me, when you see the other tank swap, regardless of, unless it's like highly specialized maps, like Domina should be able to kind of crank in here because there's not a lot of places to go. You have to run the payload through this certain area, and like being just able to hold space like Domina can, you would think that they'd want to stick with it. But Miz is doing so well with the bubble management, and you've got EFX and LCS behind you that they're just getting everything done they need to. I say that as well, they kind of get wiped there. They're gonna have to tactically retreat 3:30 or 3:25 on the clock here. They've got the Kitsune Rush. I'd love for them to use that to get Miz all the way towards their Graviton Surge and let loose with hell.
Yeah, definitely. Now there's the orbital ray coming in from Surreal. Good placement as well, but still it is going to be a nice cleanup from Santiago. Nika comes in with 2, Lamont resetting off the map, and that is the team kill coming through.
I mean, it's what is required to get themselves kind of back into this fight. Now, Santiago basically blew their entire treasure chest. And, Dreams is going to be able to get some serious work done here with their upcoming Graviton Surge, only 8% away.
Ooh, and a good track there coming in, taking Miz out already. You're going to just set yourselves up for a good defensive hold yet again.
Good stuff. I mean, good teams play really smart, controlled Overwatch, and only having to invest 1, maybe 2 ultimates at a time is exactly the way they need to go. Now, what we need to look for here is how does Dreams get this grab out? Do they wait long enough to get enough charge? No, they do not, but they do get enough to get some kills out of it.
Yeah, you get Miz, you get Volition out. That's huge, and now you can pressure them back and really set yourselves up yet again. You have an overclock. LCS falling there late is big. Valparaiso are setting themselves up for a hold here.
Looks like somebody called for a pause. Apparently they're on the right side. That is Upixo. That is the social lead for Team Chile.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see how they decide to go about making the decisions of who's going to make the team here or not. I do not envy them right now.
Nope, not at all.
Because if we're real, I mean, the first dilemma for them is which roles or role is going to get the substitute, and then how do you pick from the remaining players who gets what out of what's left over? So, we've decided that they are going to have to carry 3 DPS, so that's the one sub right there to make 6, and then the tank. We've decided that the tank is probably what it's going to be. So, for me, is Dreams and company or Miz and company or anybody else that's come out here dark, have they done enough to really show that they are that second tank that this Team Chile squad is going to need?
I think, we're already back. I think right now, it has to be either Dark or Pakovic, right? I just because of the full the flexibility that we've seen from those two so far. Dark especially. Volition gonna come in with a shot, take down Kanos with that Thundering Blade. Overclock comes in from Lamont, just pressures back Santiago for the moment, and you're gonna have to wait. Miz needs to be healed. You do not want to lose that. Zarya, nice boot coming in though, as Volition does fall down. Nika is gonna get the trade though. Dreams falling is not what you want to see. Miz super high charge, now gonna go up close and personal with the remaining members of Valparaiso, and they might be able to just get that hold because of it. Kino's very low. Kitsune Rush coming in from EFX, and that is going to be enough to. Oh no! They get the touch before anything happens. And now you've got the Kitsune Rush. You've got the Orbital Ray. And Nika's back from spawn, taking down Kinos out of spawn. And it looks like though Santiago are going to be able to hold, as even though the double support ultimates came out from Valparaiso.
I mean, that's to capture 34 seconds. I mean, they entered in with some serious steam coming into point 3 there. And the fact that they get it done without going into overtime, we'll see how that plays off moving on down the line. But man, I mean, once Dreams went over to their to the mirror Zarya, things looked really up for them there.
Really, I mean, I think we've already decided that EFX and LCS are going to be the starting backline, but they continue to look really good together. Especially during that last push, be able to sustain through all that damage that came through from Valparaiso. They had they had both Kitsune Rush and Orbital Ray, and able to sustain through that all. Throughout that was huge for them, and continuing to show why they're the front runners for that support role.
Sorry, had to yawn there. It was a very early morning for me at the kitchen today. So, I mean, looking at what we're seeing here, we've got Lamont showing us their Widowmaker. We have not seen that as of yet. We know that they have a good shot, but we'll see how good it is. Kinos is going to show us the Vendetta here, so I want to see a little bit more out of Kinos, because Kinos has been showing some versatility as well.
Yeah, really good versatility. So far, looked good on the May, looking pretty good on the Vendetta as well. They're already going to be forcing position out. Very aggressive start from Valparaiso, as Volition is going to have to back up for the moment, block up some damage for the time being, and they're going to get super low. Healing is there, though. LCS and EFX keeping them keeping them alive. Impressive stuff indeed from that backline. They're going to keep pushing forward here, though. Dreams very high charge, up to 100%. Surreal finding a pick with the torpedo. Finally going to make some progress for Valparaiso as EFX falls down. A nice headshot coming through, and you just kind of have to back away for Santiago.
Absolutely. I mean, that's a very aggressive push, and they, that's where we like to see the front line to the back line play. That is Dreams walking in there. Surreal and Zybe say, you know what, I've got you, walk in. We'll keep you healed up, and that's exactly what happened. That keeps the high charge. And I mean, look, we're just neck and neck as far as the charge for Graviton Surge, but it doesn't matter when Nika and LCS are taken out by Lamont. And I mean, that's, quick take of the archway here. They're going to be able to push up like they're doing right now. They may even be able to get off an early Graviton Surge and really take control of the second point.
The big thing, right, is they get EFX to invest that Kitsune Rush to force them back to take control of Bookshop and maybe this archway as well, as that is a huge ultimate now out of the back pocket of Santiago, and they're going to have to worry about that going forward. Miz is going to use the grab.
Where'd it go?
Right there, but didn't really get anything, and then a nice solo onto Volition, able to finally fall after some heavy sustain tried to come through. Picks keep coming in. Miz is gonna fall down. No, Kinos is still in the backline, try to take down LCS. They're just wall rided away, still not gonna be able to get them, and Valparaiso are though going to get some progress moving.
Oh my god, how do you get away there? Nika was on 1 health. Easily, maybe 5 at the most. Still gets out with their life, and now there's going to be a recontest here. LCS has this sound barrier at their back. Let's see where they let loose with it, because he's about to drop down here.
We'll see as they're going to push in to this fight next. As Miz trying to build up to some charge, and then it's going to help taking Dreams out of this fight and to allow Santiago to get back some defensive positioning here, Billy, as they're going to force Valparaiso back to Archway.
Yeah, I mean, they use the sound barrier, and I mean, that's what keeps them up through it, and you get to maintain that charge, and that's why Miz wins out against their mirror. About 10% difference between the two. Lamont comes out with a big pick there, and they're going to be able to start pushing on the back of that.
Nice Sundering Blade comes in, takes Kinos out early on. Another pick comes in, and Lamont getting the Frogger treatment by LCS. It's going to allow another hold coming from Santiago as Lamont finally making a swap, going over to the Cassidy.
I mean, you got as much value, I think, and they know that point 3 is about to come up. They're resting their laurels on some ultimates coming up like this, Kitsune Rush, like this Graviton Surge. I think that you throw a grenade into the middle of it, I think you get a lot more value. And whoa, Kinos, that's a great play there. But Miz and company are turning it right back around.
Yeah, EFX and Miz finding those kills, huge work for them. Now, let's see if they can break through. They don't really have. I mean, finally they have this Kitsune rush to. Or no, they don't. That's the defensive team has that Kitsune rush. So nothing really doing for Valparaiso to really open things up quite just yet.
Yeah, Lamont hasn't really had an impact here with the Cassidy after swapping off the Widowmaker. So it's been up to Kinos being able to deal this damage coming in. But there's not much to deal with it on the back of that. I think they're lacking from a sense of mobility right now, which LCS has a constant ability to speed them in and out of these engagements.
Yeah, definitely. Now Volition finding that pick out on Kitos as well. And that should allow another hold to come in for Santiago. Yeah, they didn't have to invest anything either into that.
So I mean, now looking, you know that your enemy Zarya is going to have the ultimate here. You've got the sound barrier ready to go. Nika can get a lot of work done here on the back of this, especially if they get the second grab. Well, they're going to go and lock him up with an early grab right away.
Yeah, big pick on the Lamont. Right, had that high noon available and everything going up Santiago's way here. That's going to allow a team kill to come through, down to under a minute here. And they're just looking really cool collected in this defense.
I like it. I like the early grab there, Joshua. It was well thought out, and they get to hold on to their support elements. That's the big part right there. For me, is that you can hold on to the sound barrier. And Nika's starting to find the range with the rail gun again. We know EFX can hit kunais left and right, but man, Nika has really kind of shown they might be the Swiss Army knife that this team needs.
I definitely agree with you there. Which again, it could save a lot on that that support, or save a lot with everything overall. Dreamsdout finally gets some good work with the Zarya. I was saying, right, finally it's going to save spot. So you could take someone like Nika and then focus on a second tank player.
Yeah, because they play more of the flex support heroes when they're in the support role. I mean, yeah.
I'd like to see the Iari, though, come in from Nika just as well, because we haven't really seen that from LCS or EFX. As that's going to, that's going to be Santiago finishing us up here. But if we could see like an Iari from Nika, that would be huge. Because they played the Wu Yang. We saw LCS play a little bit of the Wu Yang, but we haven't seen the Iari, and that could be a huge thing for the Chile roster if someone like Nika can play that at a high level.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something that we would love to see. And I mean, man, Nika continues to impress me. Just because of where they're going with what they have. We've seen high caliber support play. We've seen a very high caliber hit scan and off roll DPS playing as well. So for me, this throws a further complication in there. Is Nika Stark, which I don't know if it is or not. I need to get a hold of their captain and ask them who Nika is, because I've never seen them play from what I remember. And I don't know if that's Stark or not, so we'll see if that's the case or not. But I mean, the fact that if you can have somebody that can come in and play these varied heroes and be able to swap over to that support role, especially in the flex department, that saves you a sub right there.
Yep. And I think that's why we're gonna have to move Nika up to that bench position at the moment.
Yeah.
Just because, right? We saw it with, even if it was weird, Liquid picking up Coolidge the other day. Having that second tank on a roster is so huge, and is what a lot of teams are doing. We see it. What we saw it with Falcons, even though you didn't really see someone play. Hanbin played most of the time, but you still had that option for another high caliber tank player on your roster. Could be, and that's a huge a huge plus for Nika to be able to play both DPS and support.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. I asked William.
So I think
William did not know. So William
okay.
didn't know, but we could we'll reach out to other people maybe perhaps.
So we'll see. I mean, we got about what? Maybe 30, 45 minutes left of day number 2 here. OWWC tryouts for Team Chile here. And we will see what they have kind of moving forward here. I think we've answered some serious questions today, even though, man, Pun really putting some stock in their name today.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of want to make that move. We haven't, especially since we really haven't seen Glitch play today. I really kind of want to make the move to put those two right there.
Ooh.
I don't know. Are you not feeling it?
I'm not feeling Pakovich just
feeling...
because of how diffed he got yesterday.
Okay.
No, he got absolutely destroyed yesterday. Now, Dark, that I'll get behind.
Especially since they that was the team that played together besides it was Zybe instead of EFX on Oasis, and they just looked so good together. So that lineup, I'm liking that lineup for Team Chile.
And I think we'll see, but I mean, I can't effectively count Zybe and Senses out yet. I can't count Volition out because Volition has shown up and shown out time and time again, has been very consistent in any map that they played in throughout this process so far. You can count on Volition to frag.
Yeah, I mean, goodness, that the Vendetta is right. Like that Vendetta is special from from Volition, right? And that's the only thing that we've seen not up to the par of Pun's other heroes, right? It's the rest of them have been so much better than that Vendetta. But getting into this, Zeus coming in for the first time tonight, already falling here is Burt on the Cassidy. First look at the Cassidy, and was already looking pretty clean on it.
Yeah. Minokan back in here as well. Playing on the Genji we've seen. What did we see them on? We saw them on the Tracer. We saw them pulse bomb a wall there in New Queen Street. So we'll see. What's done here. Big thing for us. Once again, we're talking about that flexibility. Nika is playing the Kiriko here. In with Dark YT and DKR, who we have not seen today, but had a pretty good performance on the Sojourn yesterday.
Yeah, someone that Hunter Kane was expecting a lot from, or hoping to see more from going into day number 2. As this is our first look at, I feel like this is our first look at Zybe on a main support here, or at least Lucio. We're seeing Nika on the support role again here, this time on the Kiriko.
Yeah, almost has a Kitsune Rush, Joshua. So we were talking about it just from map to map. We've gone from the hit scan role into now the support role, and it gets the first support ultimate out there.
Yes, that's going to be Valparaiso, though, going to be taking this fight, it would seem. No, maybe not. As Santiago come alive, Dark again, showing really good stuff on the Zarya.
And it was the double support ultimate there that got it done. Nika let out with the Kitsune Rush, and then a later sound barrier that came in from LCS. So, I mean, they don't have a lot to play with here. They will have this Graviton Surge, with if they lock somebody up here, they might be able to get it done. They get stunned there. Big Grav comes out. Are they going to be able to clean up on the back of it?
Minokun with a nice blade coming in. First, I feel like this is our real first look at Ramatra as well throughout this trials. Proxper bringing it out, looking good on it too. As they're finally getting some good play coming in for this Valparaiso roster.
I mean, you're looking at Burt right now leading the server. What 3.4k damage, and the Mutacon right behind him at 2.3k. So I mean, they've got good options there. 4-1 KD differential. Is hitting 45% of their shots with the Peacekeeper. So I mean, that's good stuff. And there you go. Burt is showing what he can do here. Oh my God, we needed to see something like this from Burt.
We did indeed, especially since it makes maybe bringing only 2 DPS makes sense, but I think if they're gonna, right now I think it might be that the choice of Nika at the moment for that that bench spot, just because of the Pierce flexibility.
I mean, Nika's keeping pace with Senses on the other side, so I mean, what do you get done here? Not a lot.
Not a lot, but you're locked into a lot of things coming online from Valparaiso. Is they're gonna keep the hold going on the second point of New Junk City.
Next engagement, I want to see Nika be even more aggressive with this Kitsune. Of course, get it lined up the right way as they get the speed boost out. And I guess they're going to go ahead and roll in. But Nika rolls into Senses, and the kunai right between the eyes, and Proxper is there to hold space. So, I mean, we're seeing some good stuff from both sides, but man, these neutral fights are really starting to go Valparaiso's way.
Yeah, really good stuff. LCS is going to drop a sound barrier. Not going to get the value you were hoping for. Trying to stabilize now. Now Kitsune Rush coming online is finally going to get some good value here. Census is going to fall, and you're going to see a retreat kind of coming through from Valparaiso's Nika.
Ooh.
Taking down Proxper, and that's going to allow a recapture for Santiago.
Okay, so I mean, once again, it's double support ultimates to win them the fight. So while I don't hate it, I also don't think it's necessarily the best usage of their time. I think that they can maybe be a little bit more judicious with that sound barrier. It is one of the slower generating ultimates. But the fact that you get both your Zarya, your Vendetta, and your Sojourn close to their ultimates there, I'm going to forgive it this time. But I mean, you're running into a sound barrier and a Deadeye. And once you get, if you happen to survive those two, then you're going to be looking at the blade coming through. And here it comes through right now.
There it comes out. Minokun looking for some value. Proxper, though, is going to be the one to find a kill. DKR takes down Zai, but the trade is there. Another nice shot coming in from DKR. Point flips back over to Valparaiso. And that should be up. Second point going to Valparaiso.
Just a little bit late on the pull there, as they're not able to get it done. I thought they were going to be able to get, at least a last-second touch. Maybe that disruptor shot gets a lot more work done. But man, Valparaiso right now is working their magic. Bird is showing some really good class on this Cassidy. Proxper, though, is kind of the big improvement here. Maybe this is their main. Maybe this is who they feel most comfortable playing, because they have held space up against a high-charge Zarya time and time again. And Zyban Senses have kept him up.
Yeah, Burt, though, comes alive with threes. Just too good, man. And this is why Burt has been a lock for me before we even saw the trials take place.
Same. I know who Burt is. Yeah. I know what he brings to the table. I wish we could find an Ernie for him, but hey, we'll
make Pun change their name.
Yeah,
three. We'll make Ernie instead of we'll make it a 3 instead of 3.
3RNIE. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Zeus comes in with a Sundering Blade over the top. Now 3 kills coming in. You saw the 3-piece from Burt wants to have one of their own, and they're gonna make it 4 in the fight. Santiago, take it.
Good stuff from Zeus there. I did not have that on my board. They played the Genji yesterday and looked very limp, very anemic. But the Vendetta is a much better choice for them, and we see what can be done with the Sundering Blade and some good tech in between it. Good stuff here for Santiago to hold with. I would like to see Senses maybe get a little bit aggressive with this upcoming Kitsune Rush, and they haven't let loose of it yet because they're just getting absolutely wins here in the quarter. Zeus is turning it around, but Minokun actually picks up 3.
Yeah, and that's going to make a easy swap over, even though a lot of people died in that fight. It's up. So Valparaiso coming in to the and coming in with the victory there.
We do like it. We do like a patient Genji. You could have dashed in there and, gotten yourself in all kinds of trouble. But just waited for the dust to settle. They just went there and cleaned everything up with a couple of Ghost Ashes and got it done. So, I mean, fantastic stuff. And Zeus, once again, looking for that back line.
Yeah, another 2-piece already from Zeus on the Vendetta. Another one comes through, and it's a nice retake from Santiago.
I mean, everything was going so well for Valparaiso. They had the point. They had people coming back. And then Zeus just says, you know what? I'm good. And DKR lands a couple of shots as well. The disruption field slowing their progress down. That's what you want to see. You want to see this coordinated play that's starting to come together, Joshua.
It definitely is. Now they're coming in. Minokun with a Dragon Blade, and that's going to be the point, though. Going to Santiago. Minokun finds 4, but it's not going to matter when the rest of your team don't get on the point.
No, it's almost a waste of an ult, if you think about it, because you didn't make your way back to the point to be able to recontest. So now you're looking at map point here. Of course, we'll play all 5 points here. Just so we can get the experience and get our vision on these players. But, I mean, if you're looking at it from a standpoint, I guess a quality standpoint, yeah, definitely a good blade.
Very good indeed. As now we're going to see, now they're going to keep going. Nika finding Prosper. Now a nice opening. Dark with another pick coming through. Now Zeus on the top. Going to get stunned up, but Burt is going to fall. Dark there with a follow-up, taking them down. And that's going to be Santiago taking control yet again.
I mean, Santiago is starting to really light it up here. I say that. And I mean, look, you've got LCS and Nika. Nika has really held their own here. I'm looking at numbers as far as heals. Pretty similar. If you're looking at it from a standpoint of just pure heals. The damage is pretty good for them as well. So, I mean, I always look at that, especially with the Kiriko. You want to look for a nice, healthy balance between the damage and the healing. Has a pretty good mix going on right now.
Yeah, Zeus coming in with a kill already. Another one coming through as they're going to look to keep it going their way. DKR taking Minokun out. A nice Kitsune Rush really helped everything come together for Santiago there.
That's the second time, by the way, Nika has taken down the tank in a head-to-head duel. Is not afraid to get up into the mix and have fun. We talked about that mix between damage and healing, and that's exactly what they're doing. They force the sound barrier out to try and keep this going.
Yeah, Zybe is going to find a kill, but they are going to fall in response. Now there comes out the Annihilation. Point flip over thanks to Burt and Prosper. As another Annihilation kill comes in. That should be the hold coming in for Valparaiso.
Yeah, I mean, it was double support ultimates from Valparaiso there to get it done, and as well as investing the Annihilation. So your Larder will have both your DPS ultimates in this next fight. I mean, and Zeus is going to be the only one that has anything near to what we need. So this could be one of two ways. Either Zeus is going to absolutely clutch this out and take us to a 5th map, or we're going to look and see what Burt gets done.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and find out. Sundering Blade out and is going to help take Burt out of this fight. Nika, though, falling down, but Dark is charged. Not even charged up, but finding kills And nonetheless, and the rest of the team from Santiago are there to help stabilize and tie this up, forcing a point number 5.
And well, we see Burt swapping over to their signature of the Freya. So I mean, based upon where we're heading right now, Bomb Flats, this is going to be a blade, possibly into a charged, an aim down sight shot from Burt, where you can just close in and just take so much damage and just kind of wipe a team and claim your stake to the point. There's the Dragon Blade out.
Yeah, Blade out. Proxper found Zeus early on as well. Dark is super low, all alone too, and Burt's there to get that final blow, and that's going to be the point taken to start us off for Valparaiso.
I mean, if you're looking at Burt just swapped, right? 65% towards Bolo shot. You got that fight win with a couple of those aim down sights from the Freya, and then the blade coming through, and then the cleanup on aisle 5 happened all the way behind him. But Grav right now should be on their mind, and they're going to have to invest in sound barrier because it's too much damage.
Too much damage indeed. Dark back to charge up and ready to go, tracking all their way in, and that's going to be Santiago taking back the point.
All right, so 43%, especially with the accelerated tick rate, isn't that as bad as it looks. But now, I mean, you've lost your all-important sound barrier. They went aggressive. They went tempo on it. It gets them the point. Yay. Now they have to be careful of when Burt decides to let go with the Bolo shot, and they have really nothing to defend against it. The Kitsune Rush is going to be able to help them get out, but it's all going to be up to LCS being able to speed his team out.
And LCS taking Burt down, too, is huge. And now they come through this on the back of that Kitsune Rush from Nika. But that's going to pressure Valparaiso back, and they're going to have to go pretty much back to their spawn room.
What a smart usage of the Kitsune Rush right there. They knew the Bolo shot was coming in there. The fact that LCS takes down Burt in the middle of it, no value whatsoever out of it. But they do have to defend against this Annihilation. We've seen what Proxper can do with it.
Minokun does find an opening here, and this Annihilation's getting some value, but and there's the kills coming through. Even though they weren't all Proxper, it was all the damage coming in from Proxper that the follow-up came through, and Valparaiso are able to take back the point.
And the fact that they get to hold on to sound barrier as well. We're going to rapidly enter into last fight territory here. LCS is getting close to that sound barrier. If they can get up to this sound barrier, this will be the turning point for Santiago to bring back almost the reverse sweep.
Yeah, we're going to see right as we've got to hold on. Dark very low. Going to use their self-bubble early on. But now they're going to have to try to hold. Minokun comes in. Sound barrier comes through. Zeus is going to get the trade. Burt now down. Overtime, it's last fight for both of these two teams. Zeus needs to stay alive here. And Proxper falls down yet again. That's a huge one. Hikaru making the swap over to the Tracer, trying to get something going their way as the blade came through from Minokun, but it's just not going to be enough. Point flips back over to Santiago. Zeus with 2 to finish it all off here, Billy. And that is going to be New Junk City.
I mean, I think that they won one map, and then it was 2-1, or was it 2-0, and they were reverse sweeping.
I think it was 2-0.
It was. I think it was an actual reverse sweep. Zeus looked so good. My dog is whining outside my door because that's his name. Absolutely letting loose with the Vendetta. Did not see that coming out from them. And absolutely earned the player of the game here.
Really good stuff. I mean, again, this is why we were talking about Zeus early day one, just because of that Vendetta look. But again, it is that the overall reason why we're thinking Pun's going to make it over Volition is because of the whole picture, not just one singular hero, right? You can take over a game, but when you say the Vendetta gets banned out and you don't have something in your back pocket that you can fall back on, right, is why we're putting Pun in that starters tier on our tier list.
And Dark did not disappoint, by the way, on the Zarya. Once again, yesterday we only got to see it on the one map of Esperanza, right?
Mm-hmm.
and just absolutely took it to everybody. I mean, that was a speed run. This was okay. We've got a proper main tank up against a Zarya, which usually the main tank will win, especially with barrier, especially with everything that they had going against it. And still, Dark was able to find the value and really locked in, and Zeus locked in as well. Bert looked fantastic on the Cassidy.
Yep.
I mean, you wanted it, Joshua. You called it out, and you got what you wanted, and we saw the value. It may not be his favorite, but man, I mean, the results don't lie. Those stun grenades and being able to weasel your way into the back line and kind of use some different pathing. Bert brings that game sense. That's why I think Bert absolutely 100% is on this team because of the game sense, because of the lethality, and because he keeps showing different folds, different layers of the onion, bringing that Cassidy out and having a good time on it. And also, we like seeing the Freya come out too. That's a comfort pick, obviously, and playing in with a Genji, you can get a lot of value out of it. So, I mean, whoever is paired with Bert is going to have that clutch factor, that willingness to kind of play off of what Bert is dealing to the table. I think that's where the chemistry comes in. I think that's going to have to be kind of that X factor that we're looking for in their second DPS or third DPS, depending on how they decide to play it. Who's going to be able to play with Bert to get the most value out of what he brings to this game?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, right? And again, if as much as I want to bring Lamont with us, I would love Chile to bring Lamont with them. If we could see an Ashe come out from Bert as well, I think that opens up and that option to not bring Lamont with Team Chile, and that maybe opens you up to maybe taking a DP or a tank and a support, or just bringing Nika in general, just to have that that ultra flex between those two roles, and then another tank.
Yeah, I absolutely 100% agree. If we go off based on what we were on yesterday, we probably will have 2 more maps because it was only 2-hour blocks. Because I think everybody gets a little bit of fatigue after that 2-hour mark. So, I mean, from what we've seen so far, some revelations like Dark. Man, all I need to see is like a. I guess I would like to see
Sigma maybe
them play Sigma. I'd like to see a Vendetta. I'm sorry, a Ramatra. Just because.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're going to get Glitch and Pakovich back in here. So, I mean, Glitch, I still think the job is his. Until I see otherwise. And I'm basing this off of past performances. I'm basing it off of Copa America. I'm basing it off of everything that I have seen from Glitch so far. While we're having some good standout performances, yes, great stuff. But I need to see just a little bit more from these other tanks before I can say Glitch is not it. That's just for me.
Ooh, looks like they are doing bans this time here, Billy.
Yes, I see this.
So this is why report census. Are they banning Vendetta because are they doing bans because Zeus is still playing Vendetta?
I don't think so. But we do have, let's see, we got Dragon Black back in here on the Cassidy. Neroshin is showing us the Genji. LCS and Senses are paired up together once again, and we got Surreal and EFX. So, I mean, this is going to be a chance for us to see what Glitch has as far as Zarya.
Yeah, we'll see how they look on this map, on the Zarya at least. As Drago Black looking to make their name start us off. Pakovich, though, going to be finding EFX early on in the fight. But, it does look like Valparaiso are going to be the ones, or sorry, no, Santiago are going to be the ones to capture first point on Atlas here.
This is all about positioning, initial contact, and then being able to hold this high ground around this courtyard. Who will get the better of the right-click battle? It looks like Pakovic is slightly behind right now. We'll see if that continues on, but EFX gets a big kill right out the gate.
Yeah, Zeus coming in, and keep on going here for Valparaiso's. Glitch looking good here on the tank roll. 2 kills. They're late.
Yeah, I mean, bubble management was actually kind of huge there as well. So making sure that your Vendetta has that projected barriers, they go in with the combo, and then they're able to get themselves out. Gets a good amount of charge for the Zarya. They've already got Graviton Surge online. Neroshan's going to have a hell of a deflect here, but they take out DKR to start this fight off.
Another opening here from Glitch, and you might be right. Goodness, the Zarya looking really good for Glitch so far today. Billy Valparaiso continuing the hold going.
That is what good support will get you. That is what good bubble management and charge management will get you as well. So, I mean, the bubble management is not just for protection, right? It's also for that charge that you get in there. Graviton Surge coming out from the other side. They pick up Glitch, so that Glitch was high charged.
High charged indeed, and that is not what you wanted to see. Pakovic is going to find EFX, but that's all they're going to be able to find. And the rest of Valparaiso are going to stabilize the point in this Drago Black. Really liking spinning his gun around.
Yeah, I mean, I actually got some pretty decent kills here. They just weren't able to get their foot onto the point. But, I mean, if you look at how late Pakovic was able to deploy that Graviton Surge, Glitch is almost 50% towards their next one. So this is where we start to see the separation between what we know these teams can do and between what we can see them do. And Glitch, did you see that freaking projected barrier? Absolutely massive.
Great stuff indeed. Neroshan got a Dragon Blade kill, but it's just not going to be enough. Glitch continuing to dominate on this Zarya roll.
Absolutely frying right now. They are dealing with some poke shots coming in. It looks like the healing is going to be there. They're going to maintain their charge here. So that's what we really need to look at is can you stay like or can you stay, over 50% charge? They're going to go ahead and do it. They get the power going in there. And these right clicks are really starting to add up, Joshua.
They are indeed. So much damage coming out from Glitch. Already up to another grab. They're going to drop it, get a lot of people in there, and the follow-up comes through from the remaining players on this roster. Valparaiso continuing to show some dominance here on Atlas.
I didn't even hear the rush come out. And I mean, what was the dead eye? I mean, in the middle of a grab, you're not going to get much, especially if the bubbles are available and the block from Zeus is available. So that's exactly how they run that fight. I mean, 80% and counting here, and I mean, they're going to have to bum rush this point to get anything done.
They are indeed. As they've already lost Zeus, though. Neroshan making that swap over to the Vendetta, getting some value to start us off here as Drago Black finds another pick, and it looks like Santiago finally have some opening to take some percentage in their way.
No, I mean, that's a great ultimate going in there. I mean, Surreal's going to be staggered out here. That's unfortunate. You might find a little bit more on the back of it. LCS and Narushan kind of teaming up there to get some stuff done. Great swap here off of the Genji to the Vendetta. And, I mean, if you're looking at it now, I mean, you've got about, 2 full fights here, maybe, to get yourself back onto the point and take a 2-point lead. I mean, you're going to get the investment of the grab out that gets a lot done.
A lot done indeed. Zeus finds 2 with the Sundering Blade. Now the Orbital Ray coming through, and that should allow Valparaiso to come back into control of the point here. There's Glitch still, Pakovic still on the roll at the moment, finding a kill, but finally goes down. Zeus able to put him in a pack and send him back to spawn.
Do you know how long it took me to learn how to do the Zarya charge jump? Like 2 years. It was on console, okay? But, I mean, when I swapped over to PC, it was a lot easier for me to do. And Drago Black, well, they try to get something done there. And on the back of it, Narushan's starting to get a little bit done. They actually get the point.
Yeah, all tied up on Atlas now. Census is going to take Glitch out early, too. That's a huge opening here for Santiago to keep pushing forward and take early progress on this next point.
I mean, just the tech that Vendetta has, the mobility, when using the sword to get yourself out of danger and to reposition, is just sick. I would anticipate maybe in the next month that we see a little bit of a nerf to Vendetta. We'll see Sundering Blade is going to come out here. And they do pick up Zeus. Good shot there from Narushin.
Narushin coming alive here now on the Vendetta for Santiago. Glitch has the opportunity to use this grab, but probably going to back away unless you can find this pick on Napakovic. But you are going to grab it out here. You're going to get it onto the wall, and you're going to find a kill. You find Narushin out. It's a big opening. Sound barrier had to be used by LCS as well. Wasn't able to save their Vendetta. And we'll see if they're going to be able to keep a hold on the point. Zeus does fall. Overclock now comes in from DKR. LCS down. Dragon
Oh my God.
down. Great shots coming in, and the point flips over to Valparaiso.
I mean, kind of expensive though, right? You invest the grab, you invest the overclock and the Kitsune Rush. So Orbital Ray is going to have to just save your butt here coming in from the Pakovic Graviton Surge. And, I mean, depending on how long this fight goes, you'll probably get the Kitsune Rush late from the Senses. That might spell the turn here for Santiago once again.
Yeah, now as we walk forward from Valparaiso, they invest the Orbital Ray here. Narushin is down for the count. Grab came through, but you couldn't really pressure it out thanks to the Ray. It came through from Surreal, and that should allow stabilization for Valparaiso again.
Man, they got aggressive with that Orbital Ray, didn't they, Joshua? And it actually ends up turning the fight completely in their favor. I don't think Pakovic was expecting to launch or grab into an Orbital Ray that was already in place. And they get the win there. Now it's going to be Santiago having to throw themselves on this point.
As now Zeus drops down the Sundering Blade on top of Dragon Black and LCS. Kitsune Rush coming in from Senses just to try to do anything. Throw the kitchen sink at him, but it's just not going to work. Got Paraiso able to hold on and take that third flash point.
I mean, what a combo there. The great projected barrier that came from Glitch. Drago Black had Zeus dead to rights with the Deadeye. The skull was about to come up, and that bubble just comes through and completely nullifies everything, and then you get just decimated by that Sundering Blade that comes through.
Yes, now walk forward here, and Pakovic takes down Zeus early on. It's a good opening here for Santiago, as Narushin now has some rain to do some things worked on. They're going to go in, try to get some damage, try to figure out, find a kill, find anything. Santiago pressuring out the point early on, going to get the early progress to start us off.
I mean, Narushin just shows why Vendetta is so oppressive. Can walk into a room with a fully charged Zarya, and as long as there is some support there coming in from your teammates, you have the ability to withstand all the damage coming in. And I mean, what a great sound barrier from LCS once again.
Good sound barrier indeed. Now we'll see if can keep going here. Narushin has the Sundering Blade from on high, looking for a target, and they get it on to Zeus, but the barrier was there, and Pakovic falls, and now Valparaiso have the opportunity to come back into this thanks to DKR finding a couple of kills, and Glitch finding out Senses there late, and the point flips back over to them.
I mean, early's Kitsune Rush from EFX really does set the fight up for them, and just the marksmanship of DKR. DKR, once again, showing us that they have that clutch factor. This is the second time today that they've gotten a multi-kill ultimate in the face of really what should have been a fight lost for them. They get the work done.
Now Dragon Black has this Deadeye available, but it's just not going to matter because that Orbital Ray online takes him out. Now more kills coming through from Valparaiso yet again. That should be, well, it is another fight win.
I mean, just the overclock invested in there from DKR, it's just that tipping point that's able to get them over the line. Drago Black is not allowed to play the game right now. Zeus has their number. Every time Deadeye comes online, they are looking towards them and making sure that they are just completely unable to let loose with anything.
Yeah, just not allowed to have fun right now. But no, Zeus is going to take down Pakovic. I was about to say, Santiago looked poised to take back this point, and well, not any longer because, well, they do take the point back, but for how long is the real question, because it's all the side of Valparaiso on the point with Kitsune Rush coming in from Senses here. As Glitch finds two, and the support's gone from Santiago, and that's the third point taken by Valparaiso.
I mean, I don't know if I would invest the Senses Kitsune Rush there. When you're already down one, I just don't find the value in it. So Glitch has actually lapped Pakovic now, and they both have Graviton Surge ready to go. LCS is 20% away from that. They're going to go ahead and go in with an early one.
Yeah, trade onto the tank there. Glitch gone, but it's not going to matter, it seems. The rest of Valparaiso able to stabilize and take the fight yet again in their favor.
So we've had a 20-person kill streak from Zeus. They died, and now they're on another 10-person kill streak. And I mean, this is just a fantastic kind of signature performance that we've been waiting to see for somebody other than Bert or Lamont to do, and they are absolutely laying bare with it here, and I'm having a great time watching it.
And they're continuing to dominate here. Yeah, again, a great Kitsune Rush came in from EFX there. And help stabilize, help everything go the way of Valparaiso. The team kill coming through.
I mean, this is probably going to end up 4-1. Glitch and Pakovic dead even as far as Graviton Surge. You'll look for DKR to open up the fight with an overclock. That'll have to be the projected barrier going after them here.
Is now go through Niroshin into the back line, looking for some value. Sound Bear comes through, gets all five. Niroshin now able to find a couple of picks, and now DKR falling down as well. This is finally the opening Santiago needed, and Glitch falling down there to their own weapon, it would seem. This point flips over to Santiago.
Yeah, but it's final fight territory. You've got an orbital array. We saw how good Surreal was with that earlier. That'll be paired against a Senses Kitsune Rush. And we've got 20% separation between Glitch and Pakovic here as far as Graviton Surge. So they're going to need to kind of focus Glitch down here and see what they can get, but that orbital array is not going to let anything happen.
Yeah, orbital right in, and Pakovic already down, and that should just be about it here, Billy, with the Drago Black and Pakovic now gone. Point flipping back over to Valparaiso, and that should be all she wrote now, as no one's going to be able to touch, and that's the map going to Valparaiso.
Man, oh man, Glitch. Glitch has a good Zarya, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I once again impressed. The bubble management is so good. The Graviton usage is so good. Aggressive when it needs to be. Kind of space holding when it needs to be. We're waiting for people to have ultimates and cooldowns online. The projected barriers during the middle of it as well. Just too damn good.
I'd have to agree with you there. Looked really good so far, and I think that means we got to put. I really feel like Dark and Glitch have been on this like the same type of the same tier, for a lack of a better term, throughout this trial so far. Again, I think it's all going to come down to a couple of those, and the thing is, right? We haven't seen Ken at all tonight. So did they already make some cuts earlier on? Because we haven't seen Gray Bear, we haven't seen Evdog, Kratos, Projecto, Ghost of Chill. Yeah, Tokyo, Effie's biggest fan. right? We haven't seen some of these players so far, and maybe they already made some cuts after day one. I don't know. But that is also something to keep an eye on. So I'm gonna move Ken down just because we haven't seen them today, and that
Hmm.
it is a thinker, right? Onto why we haven't seen them.
Maybe they're really starting to kind of hone in on what they're
Mm-hmm.
thinking. Maybe we didn't get enough looks from some of these other players yesterday, like Pakovic, like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Narushin is new in here. Minokun showed up pretty good today. DKR needs to be put into the equation as well. Had
Mm-hmm.
a pretty good sojourn there. Of course, we have others that play it as well, but I think that is very worthwhile just to make sure that we're kind of keeping all of our options open moving forward. But man, uh, I mean, things are starting to get kind of into focus here. Um, I don't know. I don't know, man. This is going to be a very stressful day for us tomorrow. Uh, because we know that people are going to be let go,
Mm-hmm.
and like the A games are going to be out tomorrow. If we don't have any more maps today, um, because man, this has been good stuff. Uh, Bert once again adding an extra layer, bringing the Cassidy. Glitch showing they have a really good Zarya. Pun Pun had fun
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning of the day, and I mean, it really has shown a lot. And then Nika might be that Swiss Army knife that they're going to have
Mm-hmm.
that can go between the two roles and kind of saves yourself a sub.
Yeah, I think it really opens things up to give you that chance for that second tank, and then um to so then you can think about taking both maybe Dark and Glitch or Pakovic or someone like that along with Nika, and then it opens things up for it just opens things up for your tank role to be more flexible, which I feel like is a necessity.
Yep, I would agree 100%.
Yeah, but I mean, we haven't seen like any of these people down here, and we're not. It doesn't look like we're gonna see them again. Looks like currently. Oh, well, they, of course, right as I switch over to the clean feed, they take off who was in lobby, for uh to see who it was, but it was there and it's back. And it looks like Nika's getting another look at the support line here. DKR and Pun Pun together, and Bert and Zeus together. Hmm.
All right. Well, I mean, this is Bert and Zeus. That's kind of scary because you got a hit scan and a flex together that have shown fragging out on a high degree today. Um, this might this might be interesting to see what becomes of this next map.
Definitely have to agree with you there, especially the way DKR was playing as well, and we're gonna see DKR and Pun Pun together on as a DPS duo. Um, Definitely something to keep an eye out, and as well with Zeus, we just need to see that that vendetta play that we keep seeing from them translate to those other flex DPS mainstays, and that can really bump their stock up in at least our eyes, maybe, and probably the committee's eyes as well.
Well, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how this goes down because I think we might get a little bit more in the lines of what this team is thinking. And now we need to look, kind of beyond what's on the screen in front of us and what kind of identity
Mm-hmm.
are they trying to set up for themselves. And I think that's what we start looking at right now is what identity is Chile trying to bring out here.
That is the question of that we have to figure out tomorrow because we're all, probably probably our last map because I feel like because yesterday we went 7 maps and we're gonna probably go finish here on 7 as well. Look at Miz here though. First look at them on our on Domina here and Dreams getting a look at the Diva.
Let's see. Dreams played the Domina here yesterday, so yeah, this is a good look to see the other side of it.
As we're gonna see Pun Pun, he's gonna come in, and this is where what we were talking about. The Vendetta isn't their best flex hero, but already showing some good good play already. Found those 2 kills early for Valparaiso.
Exactly. I mean, not every move in has to be a killing move, but the damage that you put out, and I mean they get 2, and then the rest of the team kind of cleans up on the back of it. So that's exactly what you need to see happen. But Zeus does know how to kill, and so does Nika.
They do indeed. As Burt is going to try to keep it going their way, as Santiago take back the bot into their favor.
Again, watch the positioning here from Burt. This is where Burt makes his money. It will find these angles where you least expect it. Yeah, it forces DKR back and just allows a lot more cart progress to come through.
Now, see, right, Miz getting some damage done with Domina, but now they have taken the lead as DKR has found Zeus out, and Dream's gonna get demeched as well. So this is not what you wanted to see for Valparaiso after you get some progress going your way, or at least some kills going your way. It's now Santiago continuing to hold odds strong. Miz finding that kill, and should allow the bot to keep pushing forward.
I mean, good barriers from Miz. That's something that I've noticed here is that they are very willing to play that shield dancing game and see if they can get through. Burt will just stand in the eye of the storm and find value.
Really good value yet again from Burt. Census is going to get a nice kill onto Dreams as well, and that should give him those forward spawns.
Well, that should be it. And I think they either they've gotten it or they haven't. They're about to get it right now. So, I mean, they made it there 66.43 meters. So now for Valparaiso, DKR's got to come out here and really challenge Burt with this upcoming overclock.
Yeah, as Zeus finds 2 though with the Sundering Blade coming out online. As Pun Pun looking for an opportunity, finds Nika out after the waiting game. But it might be, there's a little too late there to change any real momentum into Valparaiso's favor.
Yeah, Valparaiso had to use both their support ultimates and the Sundering Blade. So, I mean, if you're looking at, ultimate-wise, Panopticon and Overclock available here to Valparaiso, but the Kitsune Rush, I think, is going to really nullify what Dreams can get done with this. It's going to be up to DKR to really set the tone here for this next fight.
As now come into this fight already, as Census is going to use their ultimate early on. Another pick comes in, and that's finally Valparaiso getting in on the kill feed to finally stop the march of Santiago.
Yeah, but I mean, it was expensive. Mm-hmm. It was expensive. They get out the Sundering Blade, they get out the Panopticon, they get out the Overclock. So, I mean, for Santiago, they still have a Kitsune Rush that they can work with here. That builds Miz up to their Panopticon. It'll get Zeus close to a Sundering Blade. And then Burt should, in the neutral here, get their Overclock online. And we've seen, it doesn't matter the angle that they're looking at. They're finding the value regardless.
As Dreams comes in down already, and now Zeus into the back line of Valparaiso. Nika finding that kill too is that's going to be Santiago just getting full control of the bot quite easily yet again.
Yep, and I mean it doesn't cost them a lot, right? It just costs them the Kitsune Rush, and they can just move in, and it makes Zeus's life so much easier. And now you can lock somebody up with this Panopticon. just completely delete them from the game and just keep the march moving forward.
Now, we'll have to see, is this where Valparaiso or Santiago can finish this map here and now, as Dream's already so low, needs to get some healing to come in to get Pun out of the fight. They do trade Bert though, and that's a nice consolation prize for Valparaiso, no longer having that damage dealer on the board. Another pick comes through, and Zeus is down. The Kitsune Rush comes in from EFX, trying to hold it down for Valparaiso, trying to stop this push, and it is going to happen as Valparaiso stops push yet again from Santiago.
I mean, good stuff. It just cost them the Kitsune Rush, so we'll look and see how that goes through. But man, you get caught by the disruptor field with all that mobility. Bert, once again, situational awareness. It takes down the biggest lethality factor here on this Valparaiso team. So, I mean, Bert can open things up really huge here with a good overclock.
Yeah, overclock could be massive, and we'll see if Bert can do it here yet again. They're not going to find anything quite just yet. DKR, though, has fallen. So has Dreams as well. So this is already all Santiago needs to get back in control of the bot. Finding it with Zybe out there late and Pun out there late is you won't hate that either.
Absolutely not. And I mean, if you look at what Santiago has to work with here, you've got the Panopticon, you're going to have the Kitsune Rush once again, and then you're going to have the Thundering Blade. So, I mean, order of operations here, I think that you want to pull this tidal wave out from Zime and see what you can get done.
As there's the Panopticon out from this DKR overclock in, and Bert is down. You might be able to find more since this is very low, trying to stay alive in the back line there. And Zeus finds EFX, but the trade comes through, and Pun with 2 is going to allow Valparaiso to stabilize yet again and keep this little back and forth going.
Yeah, but we're sub 2.5 minutes here, so if any changes need to come through, now would be the time. Zybe has shown a pretty good Wu Yang. I want to see the ultimate get a little bit more value. I think it's what I'm looking for from them. But I mean, the healing done. I mean, they're sitting at what, 6.3K. So I mean, definitely has it going on as far as the heals. Now can you get the rest of the way there?
Now we go in onto the fight already. Zeus has the, well, they're not going to find anything. The crystal is going to take you out of the fight as Miz falls as well. DKR getting in on the kill feed too. And that should allow Valparaiso to get those forward spawns gone.
Well, I mean, that's going to be a good push for them. They're sub 90 seconds though. So, I mean, everything that they do from here on out, they're going to have to really minimize their losses. If they lose somebody, they're going to have to retreat, and they're going to have to find a way to make space and get themselves back into these fights. And, I mean, Bert is behind them, looking for somebody to get this overclock onto him and lets loose with it.
Yeah, and finds Dreams early on. Now another pick comes in. Zybe is down, and the rest of Santiago helping Bert take back the bot, get it going their favor, and you might be able to find a late kill here on to DKR. You do indeed. Santiago look to finish it out with a fight win. So here as now they go in. There's Panopticon out from Dreams to start us off as well. Is I gonna find a pick onto Zeus? So hey, Valparaiso back in the driver's seat, if you will, getting things headed back their way. You just kind of have to retreat here now if you're Santiago.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at where we're going here, I mean, you've got, what, 18 seconds here? So, I mean, Santiago doesn't even really have to take a fight until they want to. So, I mean, you're looking for Nika to get Kitsune Rush. I think that's your win condition here if you're looking for it. Maybe Zeus going in with Thundering Blade and just completely wipes everybody out. Yeah, and Zybe's decided that they're going to be aggressive and see what they can get out of this.
Now we come through, and that's a pick on Danica early on. Zeus is going to find the trade on the Pun Pun, though. So still anyone's point at the moment, but it desperately needs to go into Valparaiso's favor. That's just not going to be the case, right? Zeus is just slicing and dicing their way to a victory on Coliseo.
Yeah, I mean, that's just Viva Santiago, Viva Zeus. Absolutely sundering through the members of this squad. And
see what you did
there. Bert, though, really has set up a lot of these fights. I think Bert and Zeus together is a nasty combo. Those flicks are just dirty. I'm here for it all day long and twice on Sunday. So we'll see how we move along here. And I mean, Bert, Bert's Bert. Bert needs his Ernie or Erdette, whoever it's going to be, because the work is getting done by Bert. Bert has shown time and time again that they have it going on, right? So now it's up to Team Chile and the national committee. Who is it going to be? How are they going to decide who to pair with Bert? Because if I'm ticking off things that I like, Bert's definitely up there.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Again, all right. Well, I think, I assume we're going to be done after this map. But if we are we liking where everything is at right now?
No.
For the you don't like this.
Nika needs to go up. Nika needs to go up.
All right. To there.
And I think you should put an asterisk there just because I think Nika's going to be their flex person. Like Stark was in the last one. I think Nika is going to be their flex person, and that's going to provide them, quote unquote, an extra sub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. And then from there, we're liking, because, like, then it can give them both Dark and Glitch in that tank role.
Yep.
And I think then from there, I think that's what the 7 would be for me currently.
I think that you could flip. I think that you could bring along Zybe or Senses.
Yeah.
As that 7, if Nika does end up being like that. Because that's 3 DPS, that's basically 3 supports and 2 tanks. Yeah. I'm very loath to keep Lamont out though.
Yeah.
Still. And I mean, they're still like, we haven't seen Stark. If Nika is Stark, then somebody please let me know.
It would be nice to know, but other than that, I mean, I like this. I like this look. I think this is the best, probably the best team that they can run on paper, at the moment. I think so.
I need to see a little more out of Dark. I need to see a little bit more out of Dark.
Yeah.
Because, like, we just saw Dreams have a pretty darn good map. That's playing the Domina. So
yeah, that's the thing, right? And that's why I do agree with you, right?
There you go. Yeah,
we have not seen the poke comp or the poke ability from either Glitch or Dark, right? We haven't seen that Sigma, we haven't seen that Domina from either of those two, and that's something that could keep one of them out of that final 7 that we need, because I mean, we've seen good capabilities from Dark and both Glitch playing the dive, playing the brawl, but that poke is where they seem to be lacking in. And hopefully, the Chile people have realized that, and especially if those are their 2 tanks that you're really high on, we see them be put into those situations tomorrow because of that. And we did just get the confirmation that it is over. Um, so
Okay.
so we just need to see, right. Um, hopefully tomorrow they do put Dark and Glitch into a situation where they need to play a Sigma or a Domina or a Matra even, right? Just to
Right.
give that poke the poke comp if they need to play that, depending on what meta is current when the online qualifiers come around.
As I'm perusing um, Twitter right now, Bert put out that today is the last day to try out for the Chile team.
Oh,
You have to be 18, Chilean passport. It's the last day to sign up for team tryouts. So, yeah,
so maybe they were still accepting people until today, and then if so, that's maybe why we saw some new people like Nero Shen today, and they
right.
didn't see them yesterday. But I mean, yeah, I'm excited for tomorrow because well, we'll see um, if our thoughts on the 10 that they're really liking or the 7 or the 5 that they're really liking gets put up against a lot of different situations. They have a lot of people that specialize in one or two heroes that they can put against the 5 that they're really feeling, and try to stress test them as well, which is something that we could see on day 3 of trials. But I mean, to end us off, I think this is where everything would probably sit going into. I do kind of want to move Zeus up, but we haven't seen Zeus on anything other than Vendetta get real good value. I think so. I think this is a good place to end us for tonight. Right? That's a
For
good.
tonight, yes.
Yes. All right. All right, so that's going to be for us tonight. Make sure to come back tomorrow for the culmination of these trials. Day 3 tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be there, be square. That's going to be it for us. I'm Joker's Ransom, and he's Chef Billy. Thank you all for watching, and wherever you are in the world, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And peace.